Hey everybody, my name's Antoine. Welcome back to Kalterkrieg. So, there will be a few things different starting this episode compared to the last one because, the mod was updated. It's updated to version 0.1.1, something like that, which broke the save file that we were running before. So I've had to replay it. Luckily, we were only in early 1949, so we were pretty quick to get back. But there are going to be a handful of different changes. I made sure to do all the same decisions so that we have basically the same output. So everything for us, I believe, is basically the same. I mean, our political power and our military size and all those smaller details might be a little different, but that is what it is. Can't do much about that. The biggest difference for us in this campaign, at least right now, is that at some point, Canada did form NATO. I'm assuming they were able to do that in the previous run that we were doing as well, but they didn't do it. But this time they have. So our balance of power is only at 24. I think last time was at like near 50. So we'll see what we can do about that. Aside from that, Madagascar is still having their little bit of a civil war. And, you know, because it is on a new patch, a few things have been updated. I think the Nubia has been fixed a little bit. I think some of the German election stuff revolving around the Reichstag has been fixed as well. One big difference actually for ourselves is that I tried doing the tax law again, but for one reason or another, it didn't actually work, and I'm not too sure why. So hopefully that's not a big deal, but we'll see. So for national focus, apparently I just didn't select one, so we're a little behind, but that's fine. We have research slots, 2 military factories, and cheap artillery. I mean, that's not bad. And when do you come available to us? When we completed the Focus, Die Gross Coalition, or Aftermath of the Cologne riots. So this still hasn't occurred yet. You know, let's get our research lot. I think that seems okay. Don't care about you. Don't care about you. Is there anything in here we care about right now? I don't think so. We're doing all the developments in the Rhineland. We're 70% on our reforms. Again, it'll probably be slightly different than where it was before. And I apologize for that, but there's really nothing I could do if I wanted to continue on with this series. So, you know, you gotta live and let... Why are you... Okay, first off, turn on Fog of War. And then... Do you keep, like, disabling your front line? Am I crazy? Because I feel like I've done this multiple times. I mean, I know you haven't seen it personally, but I feel like I put that front line on there multiple times so far, and it hasn't actually worked. Maybe it'll work this time, maybe it won't. A massacre in Cologne. It appears that Cologne was more of a tinderbox than we imagined. Yesterday, a Freikorps division tasked with assisting the occult police forcibly cracked down on the protest march for the restoration of workers' rights. A crackdown which turned violent and rather bloody. Normally, the Kaiser would applaud such initiative against the syndicalists, but it's backfired horribly. Today, riots have engulfed the city, and Major Andenier was furious at the Reich Chancellor and awarding the Freikorps units in the region the extrajudicial powers that they have. The old man has demanded that we act, and act fast. And in a brief meeting with the Reich Chancellor Bredau, the Kaiser has echoed the sentiment. In an emergency meeting with his fellow ministers, Bredau established a potential plan. Many suggested that the Reich Chancellor personally venture to Cologne to represent the Kaiser and help defuse the situation personally. Herbert von Boos understandably balked at the idea, pointing out that the growing rioting has created a rather dangerous atmosphere, and if anything were to happen to the Reich Chancellor, it would only worsen the chaos. In his stead, the experienced minister suggested sending the former papal diplomat and Bavarian DNEF member, Rudolf Buttmann, whose credentials would surely be welcomed by the majority Catholic city. Bredau has to decide, does he send Buttmann, or does he go personally? Well, I don't think it makes any sense for us to go personally. So let us send in... we'll send in Buttmann. Got our 50 political power. And then consumer goods, 20%, negative 25% stability. Weekly stability goes down. Like, not great. There is the Cologne crisis. Is Cologne majority Catholic? I guess so. Even though it's in the Rhineland. So is that... No, because this is the aftermath of the riots. Buttmann has arrived in Cologne. Okay, he has arrived in Cologne. They just took my 50 political power away immediately. Those assholes. I wanted that. The Cologne Address. Herbert Buttmann gave a speech in front of the great cathedral of Cologne today and spoke about uniting our nation, overcoming great adversity and the resilience of the German people, to the jeers and cheers of the crowd. Okay, so that's going to be more war support, which I mean is fine, but it is what it is. Israel is now at war with Egypt. Is there any actually other wars going on in the world that I care about? Okay, so there's Syria's in a civil war, and then there's the Palestinian-Egyptian war. Palestine and Israel on the same side. Are they a puppet? No. Okay, I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. Meeting with Adenauer. Revamped has met with the mayor of Cologne here at Adenauer this afternoon to discuss measures against the ongoing crisis. Okay, there's some stability. Happy to have that. An explosion at the Ratherplatz. This afternoon, the afternoon air at the Ratherplatz in Cologne was calm as Herr Bertman was driving away from the area in his armored car. However, the silence was broken by a deafening explosion. Bystanders reported that the rear of the SD KFZ-247 was lifted several feet in the air before crashing back down to the pavement. Back tires blown off. Police and fire personnel arrived at the scene minutes later, and the heavily wounded Butman was driven to the hospital in a civilian's car. At the moment, he is in intensive care, with emergency surgery imminent. However, it's unclear if the Reich Chancellor will survive the night. I mean, it's not the Reich Chancellor, but you know what? Don't worry about that too much. Initial investigation of the explosion is currently underway, with signs pointing towards a terrorist attack against the most powerful politician in Germany. So does it know? Okay, so this thinks that I sent the Reich Chancellor. The wording here is not correct. So we're going to go with -1 manpower. Okay, so everything's like really bad. Kaiser into the Chinese Civil War. So that's happening a little bit later this time around. Ooh, the mine's open up in Southwest Africa. A new mine is open in a colonial possession of Southwest Africa, located 70 kilometers from the coastal town of Skamapund. The new mine is a buzz activity as miners tirelessly work to extract the region's precious ore from beneath the earth. This ore is not the cause of the mad mining rushes like those seen in the past for gold and silver. This rush is for the fuel that feeds atomic fire. This is a uranium rush. Surveys have suggested that this little corner of Africa may hold the largest deposit of uranium in the world. As uranium is the key element needed for the production of atomic bombs, Berlin has demanded that we extract as much of it as possible, no matter the cost. The very future of Germany may well depend on it. Well, unfortunately, doesn't Canada have the largest uranium deposit? Or am I know it has a very, very large one. The Kaiser's intervention. It is clear this mess has gone on long enough. Bradau has been unable to handle the crisis properly, and as such, it's time for somebody else to deal with it. Okay. Subjugator of Britain. The wartime finance minister. Oh, we're replacing the Chancellor. So Bradau is actually, we're firing him. Okay, so that's more support for the military, less support for the military. So what do we have here? Wait, actually, what were your modifiers? Stability, war support, and political power gain loss? Actually, it says right there. So you would be 5% stability, negative 9% consumer goods, and the DKP would be the leading party. You are... Political power gain goes down even more. You're actually just dog shit, so we won't even look at you anymore. And then you recruit population factor, recovery rate. No, I think we'll put in Dr. Karl Grondeler, the esteemed negotiator. We have now a new Reich Chancellor in Germany. So that is... So we lost 1% stability, we lost some war support, but we're also gaining back the political power gain, so I think it kind of balances out at least a little bit. Let's send this spy to... I mean, who do we... I guess we'll send it to Japan. Japan is an adversary. They did steal our colonies during the Second WWII, so we don't like them very much. Hey, okay, we're making more money here. How are we looking? We're at 28 now. Now, is there any, can I send volunteers to anybody? They're not aligned with our geopolitical goals. You're not aligned with our geopolitical goals. Okay, so we can't just send volunteers to anybody. And unfortunately, none of these wars around the world right now matters too much. Burn alerts course of action. Despite our honest efforts to defuse the chaos, radical elements are still fanning the flames. Decisive action must be taken today to end this mess once and for all. Let us try to meet them halfway. So we have switched parties, I believe. We're now authoritarian Democrat and no longer paternal autocrat. So we've kind of lessened our grip of the country at least a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Right? Like we're still authoritarian, and that's I think maybe what Germany needs right now. We have about 1 year left for the Enabling Act to expire. These reforms are not finished yet, but I think we need to oh, we actually have new stuff here. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. So we'll get a research grant. The Grand Coalition. The Cologne negotiations continue. Groups of diplomats have been sent to Cologne to assist in negotiations with the protest leaders. Their demands are numerous and often contradictory, as expected from such people. Okay, so you're almost finished. 1951 election, Dentrum or the DKP. So I'm wondering, like, how, yeah, so that's the new coalition. Interesting. We complete the focus Das Weltkrieg, which I don't know where that is in here. So I guess we're not going to allow the Navaling Act to finish then? The protest leaders have issued their final demands to the Reich Chancellor. We must agree to their demands. I'm guessing because we're doing a negotiation, we're actually lessening our grip a little bit. Why not, okay, I mean, that's fine. Rationalize the Verpo. Dismantle the Einfront. General autocrats will join the coalition. Okay. Authoritarian democratic, which is what we are. Anti-socialist. We'll probably do more of this. So let's reconstitute the Verpo. We'll see what that does for us. We get some new decisions. Formation of the Accord, which I think is the Entente reorganizing themselves. Protests in Cologne dissipate. Negotiations between the government diplomats and Cologne protest leaders have reached a successful conclusion. With their most dire demands met, protest leaders have told their followers that it's safe for them to return home. While certainly a blow to our prestige, most of the government are satisfied with the outcome and are ready to move on from the crisis. Okay, well, we kind of have gone a little bit off course than where I was expecting, to be honest, but honestly, I think it's probably fine. You guys don't do anything. You require probably improved rockets too, so let's get that going so we can get some guided rockets. There is now a new hetman in Ukraine, and that's fine. I mean, as long as they remain loyal to Berlin, I really don't care what they do. As long as they see the eye and the one true authority. Bulgaria moans today as Ukrainian political leader Alexander Stromblonsky succumbed to his wounds, having been shot 3 times just meters away from the National Assembly. Okay, so Bulgaria is going to explode soon. Shaking economy, Bulgarian crisis. They are aligned with us. They have some political ties, so I guess we do kind of... We want Bulgaria to remain in our sphere, or at least aligned with us in some capacity. Madagascar War, so that's going to give them a new... They're now known as the Accord. They're no longer known as the Entente. And I think that's fine. I don't know really what the difference is between being in the Entente or the Accord. Maybe they're trying to show themselves as being in a new era. Maybe? Okay. Dismissed as Prime Minister. This is the Prime Minister of... Former Prime Minister and parliamentary coalition alongside the syndicalistic communists who strongly oppose the liberal policies of President Preto. Civil War. Is this in, Mexico? Meanwhile, conservative union is called to cabinet shift. I don't know where this is. The third international fried arm combined. Insider commenters believe the blast will be avoided. Oh, this is in Spain. Okay, so in Spain, are you going to have another civil war? You weirdos. And the return of Alexander II. In a situation, that's what the situation Poland during the war turned into such unrest. Military under General Wolfgang von Chris was forced to step in. Okay, so this is about Poland. Alexander II, welcome back. Long live the king. And peace in their island. With the Cologne crisis finally resolved, peace and stability has returned to their island. The men and women of the region have returned to their homes and jobs, happy in the knowledge that they have played a major role in preserving the German democracy. For now, the great work of rebuilding the empire's industrial heart moves on. We've removed the Cologne coalition. Karl Friedrich Godler has been promoted to the Reich Chancellor. For weeks, unrest has gripped Cologne and many other major cities in German Rhineland, and the crisis quickly brought Ferdinand von Bretto's administration to its knees. Now, following his failure to bring peace and stability to the cities, the Kaiser has seen fit to dismiss the Reich Chancellor, and has promoted the conservative political leader, Dr. Karl Friedrich Gordier, to the most powerful political position in the world. Despite the unrest, Godler's commitment to finding a peaceful solution seems to be bearing fruit, and the worst of Cologne's crisis appears to be over. Godler's promotion was a surprise to many, and it appears that the Kaiser has completely lost faith in Bretto's autocratic new state. The 1920 Constitution is expected to be restored and amended. Okay, so we have... Again, like I think I said at the beginning of the series, I didn't really have like a set plan because I didn't know exactly what led where. So we were going to originally go for full autocracy. But apparently I've kind of fucked that up and I've gone a little bit more reformist by accident. And I mean, that's fine. Again, that's kind of the fun about playing a new... when we're playing a new country, we're playing a new mod, we're playing a new focus tree. So we don't know where we're even going. We don't know where the destination is. But by God, are we enjoying the journey? Anyways, assassination of Amazine Ayet Akshinin. Definitely does not say that. Native-born Algerian lawyer known for to be associated with the Front de Liberation Nationale, the FLN in Algeria. So he was shot by a machine pistol from a moving car by unknown assailants. It's not wholly suspicious to believe that this acts as one of the terror organizations that are currently operating in the Republic. The question is whether or not it is the right-wing ones or some kind of settling grudge along the Algerians. The Republic's war spreads. That's about France. I mean, look, do you want to live in stinky southern France or do you want to live in super cool, awesome northern France? Okay, so that is... Do I really care about that, though? I mean, if it allows Algeria to go independent, I mean, I guess I do care. But I don't want France to have an empire. And if France is completely cut off from its African colonies, it'll be in an even weaker state than it is now. Like, they have... Oh, you have Marseille. Okay. I have Paris. Like, I'm just better than you. Formation of the Accords. Is that 5 points for us? No, we have such strong nuclear dominance. So we're basically just passively getting more points because we're getting more nuclear weapons. Our economy is great. Do we actually want to build more nuclear reactors? 120,000. Holy hell. Okay, let's build one there. Let's build like 3 nuclear reactors. Let's see if we can get the bombs going a little bit faster. We're at 0.2% per day. So it's about 1 bomb a year, which is not crazy. Dismantle the Einfront. Let's continue the anti-socialist agenda. Because again, just because we're not paternal autocrats does not mean like we're actually any type of liberal, right? We're not even like a conservative. We're like we're still very much in like the more reactionary tendencies of there's our cipher. I guess we'll go with a French one next. We're still very much in like the more reactionary side of things, right? We're authoritarian democratic. So it's not like we're liberalizing. We're just having a slightly softer hand. A hand that you would feel and you'd be like, you know what? I think I could fall in love with this person. Yeah, let's have you on the border with Switzerland. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways. I think we're doing okay. I'm assuming if we chose the military guy, he would have sent troops in immediately. And if we chose the middle guy, it would have been like status quo. That would be my guess. But honestly, we really just chose this dude because I liked his modifiers the best. Yeah, encrypting intelligence there. This will unlock decisions to reinforce anti-socialist laws. So am I still going to be able to maybe, just maybe, declare myself dictator? Is that possible? We're at 70%. Like, we're getting there. Follow Chongqing. Dismantle the Einfront. Complete focus. Dash Viltrik. Oh, is that, that's this. So that allows us to actually interfere in the world a little bit more. So actually, I do want to get that done. It opens up some more stuff for us. So let's get the Grand Coalition. Or the Gross Coalition, which I don't know actually, what does gross mean? Good? The Great? The Grand Coalition. Okay. Of Grand Coalition of conservatives and right-leaning centrists under leadership of Dr. Carl. Okay, excellent. So we're still very conservative. Like, we're not reforming for reformist's sake. Okay, what are you? He's been appointed right chancellor of the German Empire. Now moderates control over the nation once again. However, simply being in power isn't enough. He is an opponent of the radicalism on all fronts and has planned to restore the Kaiserreich to its former glory. The Grodler Plan, as it's affectionately known, is sweeping a series of reforms to restore and modernize the political system that existed before von Bredow took his shot at brutalizing them. Our aim isn't revolution, however, and the plan is not to destabilize the nation any further. To this end, the Grodler cabinet has been empowered to undertake any reforms necessary to stabilize and strengthen the Prussian system. Okay, so yeah, we're basically has majority in... Okay, so this will allow us to... What does it actually do for us? The only commendable stance that the DNEF held was that on socialists. Let us continue to remind these parasites they're not welcome in Germany. I don't know what these do, but I want to make sure we can actually get those done. So we want to have a majority in the Reichspakt and in the Senate. So we need 208 and 62. 208, and so Alsace-Lorraine is worth 4. Well, who's worth? Bavaria is 12. Political power minus 30. I mean, you are going to be expensive, but I do want to get these passed. So that's 52. You're 5. Less than 4. They're not even all created equal, so 2 is worth 5. So it seems like you want to go there for 2, because it actually gives you the most bang for your buck. So now you're at 60, and then we want to get up to 62. Then we can hide, if I give me a second, we can hide you. And then for the Reichstag, we're at 102. Who do we want? I mean, we want the NAP. Political power minus 8. Does it depend on, I guess it depends on how much they kind of align with us. Because that's 2 more seats for double the political power. Let's go with 27. 18, 15, 8 for BVP. 9, 4 for you. Let's get into 157. And we need 200. Centrum, we'll get the centrist. And then we'll get the rightist. Gets up to 220. Which I think is what we need, right? Yes. Now we just need, how long does this last? For 60 days. Okay. So if we can get 100 political power in 60 days, then we can pass both of our laws. And that seems, I think, like a good, seems good to me. But I will say that also what seems good to me is ending this episode right here. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoyed, you can always thumb down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.